This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Keithley Wilkes. Thank you for joining us tonight. The top Republican in Washington now telling GOP members he will no longer defend the party's nominee. The news coming the day after the second presidential debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump as the candidates return to the campaign trail. Clinton now sporting a double-digit lead, according to a new national poll. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest from Washington.
Hillary Clinton claiming victory after that second debate showdown with Donald Trump.
Did anybody see that debate last night? Well, you never saw anything like that before.
Clinton is trying to gain more supporters. Trump is just working to keep them.
We had a lot of fun, and I would say that Hillary is highly overrated, highly.
House Speaker Paul Ryan told GOP members on a conference call Monday morning he's decided not to campaign with the party's nominee. Trump fired back on Twitter. Paul Ryan should spend more time on balancing the budget, jobs, and illegal immigration, and not waste his time on fighting Republican nominee. This after a tape obtained by the Washington Post revealed Trump's vulgar 2005 comments about women.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the you can do anything.
In the tape, Trump also made crude comments about a Nancy. Turns out he was referring to Entertainment Tonight host Nancy O'Dell. She spoke out on ET Monday night.
There is no room for objectification of women or anyone for that matter, not even in the locker room.
Political watchers say for now it appears Trump did enough with his debate performance to stop the GOP exodus. Trump even invited Bill Clinton's accusers to the debate. Speaker Ryan's endorsement of Trump's stance, a spokesperson says he's not conceding the race to Clinton. Ryan is just focused on keeping a majority in the House and Senate. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Here on the Suncoast, our very informal survey along Sarasota's Bayfront concluded exactly 0 minds were changed having watched the debate last night. But one thing is clear, many people are turned off by the tone of this campaign. ABC7's Ray Collins has more local reaction. Ray.
Haley, the undecideds now are low, and those tired of the campaign are indeed high.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
It's been called the ugliest debate in presidential campaign history. And when the dust cleared, it didn't seem many minds were changed.
He certainly didn't change my point of view, and I'm an independent. I voted Republican and Democrat in the past. He certainly did not convince me that he's qualified.
We need a businessman in the White House. Somebody can direct our ship. We're certainly on the edge of a lot of trouble if we don't. We've got to have him.
Many analysts have pointed out some folks don't love their own candidate. They just dislike the other.
I don't like her artificial smile.
He's not able to articulate a complete sentence.
But one thing both sides seem to agree on, many say American politics has hit a new low.
We are trading manipulative insults instead of debating policy positions.
I just didn't think they stuck on the issues very long. I thought it was a lot of personal stuff, and the issues didn't really come around very much.
I thought it was a lot of attacks. It was pretty much all attacks.
Well, make your popcorn. The next and final debate is a week from Wednesday in Las Vegas, Haley.
And Ray, that will also be a town hall format, sort of like last night?
Not really. Like the first one 2 weeks ago, which was 6 segments, 15 minutes each.
All right. Thank you, Ray. Well, it's going to be a busy week of campaigning for both candidates in Florida. Donald Trump will be in Lakeland, Ocala, and Panama City over the next 2 days. Hillary Clinton will be joined on the campaign trail by Al Gore in Miami-Dade County tomorrow. And Bill Clinton will be in Palm Beach, Lee, and Pinellas counties. The Pinellas event is set for tomorrow at the Safety Harbor Community Center at 6:45 p.m. Flooding is a growing concern in the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew, particularly in North Carolina. Rain-swollen rivers were still rising there today, with some communities already underwater. A desperate effort is underway to save people stranded by the floodwaters. 1,400 have been rescued so far.
There are a lot of people hurting right now in this region. They've church right now. Their entire floor is buckled. They're trying to figure out what to do with their church. We've got state roads that are in conditions that are no longer safe.
In the U.S., Matthew claimed more than 20 lives, while in Haiti, the death toll estimates now top 900. Governor Rick Scott has been touring the damage on the east coast of Florida over the past few days. He says he's grateful Matthew didn't wreak more havoc on the state than it did.
I guess the first thing we all have to say is we were actually blessed that this storm never turned in and had a direct hit.
Scott evacuated the Florida Disaster Fund today, which provides financial support to communities in times of disaster. President Obama, meanwhile, signed a disaster declaration for North Carolina today, which makes federal funding available to affected communities. He signed that same declaration for Florida and Georgia over the weekend. And now it's time to get a check on this lovely weather that we've had today. Feels so nice out there, Bob.
Yeah, as Matthew departed, our wind switched around and brought some drier air in, Haley. And I tell you what, we have this northeasterly wind flow. This is right now spinning to the east of the Bahamas. This is Nicole, which is eventually going to be heading northward. But this northeasterly wind, as we take you through time, is going to stay with us, too. And that means we're looking at fairly comfortable conditions right on in through Tuesday morning and into Tuesday afternoon. It'll still get a little warm with that northeasterly component, but still we are anticipating beautiful weather on Tuesday. Currently, what's so nice is that east to northeast wind. Right now it's northeast at 12 miles an hour. The dew point is really quite low at 61 degrees. The actual temperature now is 75. And you can see all that dry air in the eastern portion of the nation stretching all the way down into the Bahamas and through Cuba right now. We're not anticipating much rainfall into the picture at all throughout much of this week. Temperatures currently dew point temperatures, that is, in the upper 40s right now in Tallahassee. That's winter-like. 59 in Jacksonville, 61 here in Sarasota, and 63 in Miami, 67 degrees in Key West. Coming up a little bit later, we're going to show you also a similar path and track of a storm back in 79 that moved up the same place where Matthew did. And temperatures for lows tonight will be in the mid to upper 60s to low 70s right near the coast. More on that coming up in a little bit. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. An enormous sigh of relief tonight for the family of a Lakeland toddler kidnapped over the weekend and found today 400 miles from home. Hospital workers in Memphis spotted 4-year-old Rebecca Lewis and her alleged abductor in a parking lot and called police. 31-year-old West Hoggs, a former family friend, is now behind bars. Rebecca will be back with her family tomorrow.
The family is going to get together and throw her a welcome home party when we come home with her.
The Polk County Sheriff expressed frustration today that Tennessee had delayed its joining of the Amber Alert that was in effect in Florida, Georgia, and Alabama. Tennessee did put out the alert this morning. Authorities say they didn't have reason to believe Hoggs was in that state over the weekend, which is why a bulletin was only issued to law enforcement at first. Florida residents now have an extra day to register to vote for the general election. A federal judge extended tomorrow's voter registration deadline until 5 p.m. on Wednesday. The order comes after the Florida Democratic Party sued Governor Scott for not extending the deadline due to Hurricane Matthew evacuations. The party argued the storm could have prevented some residents from registering. Scott opposed extending the deadline, saying people had enough time to register. South Carolina's Governor Nikki Haley did opt to extend the deadline in her state. The Bradenton Police Department is responding tonight to accusations of racial injustice from the Manatee County NAACP. The group requested data from the police department regarding traffic stops, written warnings, and officer-involved shootings. After reviewing the information, the NAACP said the numbers don't quite add up, leaving thousands of citations unaccounted for. Bradenton Police Chief Melanie Bevan released a statement today. She said that the record system's limitations recorded Hispanics in both the Hispanic and white population.
To the discerning eye, that appears as if someone, either by accident or intentionally, actually added to those numbers to take away the disproportionate numbers from the other categories.
The department sent revised numbers to the NAACP today. The group is now reviewing those numbers and deciding how to move forward. A new app is helping local law enforcement better reach individual communities on the Suncoast. The app is called Nextdoor. It's kind of like Facebook that's unique to a specific neighborhood. Sarasota Police and most recently the Manatee County Sheriff's Office are now using the app to put out alerts and take feedback from residents. They say the advantage is quicker dialogue with areas that are specifically affected by crimes. And local residents say the app is already making a difference.
You know, a lot of break-ins might be in our neighborhood, but Bayou Oaks is having the same issues. So if you post it and you say, you know, we've got a lot of car break-ins, everybody's notified.
If somebody wants to break into a neighborhood, whether it's a gated community or not, they're going to get in.
The Manatee County Sheriff's Office says it can reach nearly 20,000 subscribers at a time. Sarasota Police say their number is closer to 2,200. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, a warning for Samsung users and what you're instructed to do right now if you own the Galaxy Note 7. And the so-called creepy clowns, what Sarasota County schools are doing about the prank in anticipation of Halloween.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory. It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. Replacing your windows will not just beautify your home, but save you big bucks on your energy bills. I've done the research. I've seen the factory. New South Window is my hands-down choice.
New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
ABC7 is proud to present Line Dance Central. Now you can learn popular country and not-so-country line dances from the comfort of your own home. Just visit mysuncoast.com, click on Entertainment, and you'll be kicking up your boots or flip-flops in no time. Brought to you by the White Buffalo Saloon and Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Bob, beautiful night.
Yes, as a result kind of what Matthew did. It took off and left this northwest wind, brought some drier air in, and really started off quite nice here. And did some research on Matthew and what other storms were similar to it. Now, it started off in the Caribbean. We watched it go across the Atlantic as a tropical disturbance that eventually became a hurricane once in the Caribbean. And get a look at that. It was the strongest storm ever recorded in the lowest latitude at 13.3 north. It was a Category 5 at one point. And I tell you what, it then took off and went off toward the north and then caught up with the Dominican Republic, Haiti right there, the western tip. And right there is the other line of David. You can see David had winds up to 175 miles an hour as it slammed in the Dominican Republic. And you can see pretty similar path, although David was a little bit closer to Florida. It caused over $1 billion worth of damage to the state in 1979. Well, the weather headlines read like this for us. A beautiful start to this morning. The first time we've been in the 60s since May 27th. So over 145 days and a beautiful work week ahead. A slight chance for showers comes on Sunday, and what a nice sunset it was tonight. Tower cam getting a look at this here. As we play it through this time lapse, you can see the crepuscular rays making their way through the Sarasota Bay and then out into the Gulf of Mexico as the sun was dipping below the horizon there. And Cindy Desmond, what a beautiful reflection shot this is of what was going on Siesta Key tonight as the sun was setting. Also, some folks want to know about the red tide report. Just got the latest in today, and you can still see quite a bit of concentration, high concentrations there across area beaches from Sarasota northward through Manatee and into Pinellas County. We're talking about 1 million cells per liter where you see the red, and a little less, though, medium concentrations in the orange. And 14 samples were taken in Manatee County. We're getting background to high levels near the north end of Anna Maria, some medium levels there. Also near Longboat Key and Longboat Pass, some higher concentrations inland. Sarasota County, low to high concentrations, and 29 samples were tested over the past week or so, and we're still getting some high concentrations right there near Turtle Beach. But for time being, things are patchy at best right now as far as the red tide goes. Lows tomorrow morning will be nice into the 60s once again, and then we'll see things warm up into the mid 80s, and it looks as though the beaches will be a little bit cooler there with a sea breeze developing. And then for Wednesday morning, another nice start, mid to upper 60s, the anticipated low temperatures as we move through time. Currently at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport, it's 75 degrees. The dew point comfortable at 61, and winds out of the northeast at 12. The high today was a little bit above average, but the low was nice, below average, and we should see similar conditions again tomorrow. Rainfall, no rainfall to report. And for the month, we're at just over 2.5 inches. The forecast looks like this and checks into the mid 80s with sunshine by, say, 2 o'clock, and we'll see temperatures cooling down once again. High pressure dominating the northeast, bringing us that northeasterly wind flow here. Not much rain around, and we'll see a few isolated showers along the east coast, but not much going on here as we take a look at what's happening out there in the tropics. What's left, Nicole is still spinning, top winds at 60. Expected to head toward Bermuda with winds up to possibly 90 miles an hour as it makes its way off toward that direction, and that should be there around Thursday. This is the favorite area for development into late October and November, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. A couple of forecast models are hinting at something developing here in about 8 days or so down in the western Caribbean Sea. Remains to be seen, obviously, but we'll keep an eye on it. We already did this, so we'll go on by that. And as far as temperatures go, into the 30s now. Winter, or at least a taste of it, starting to move into the northern plains states. There's some snow falling actually in Montana and also over in North Dakota right now. And in the northeast, it's chilly in Boston, 48 degrees there. Currently in Cleveland, it's 50. And Atlanta now at 66 degrees. For boaters, seas running 2 to 4 feet with a moderate chop out there. It's a little bit bumpy, and winds will be out of the northeast at 10 to 15 knots, and the water temperature now at 80 degrees. So that's cooled down a little bit, and low tide will be at 3:35. High tide will be at 8:43. And tonight's forecast, pleasant evening, pleasant night, and mostly clear, comfortable 68 for your low. Tomorrow, just another gorgeous fall day, high of 86 for the most part, a little bit warmer inland. And the extended forecast does call for a little bit warmer, but not bad. I'll take it. Sunshine, drier air through Thursday, starts to moisten up a bit as we approach the weekend. Haley?
Sounds great. Thank you, Bob. Samsung has not only stopped production of the Galaxy Note 7 smartphone, but has a warning for anyone who owns this. Turn it off immediately. There have been reports of the phone spontaneously catching fire. In a statement, Samsung says it will ask all retail partners to stop sales and exchanges of the phone while it investigates what exactly is causing these fires. Samsung launched the new phone in August. A majority of Floridians oppose giving more assistance to undocumented immigrants or creating so-called sanctuary cities where those immigrants could avoid deportation. That's according to a new poll from USF and Nielsen. It shows 55% are in opposition, with the strongest of that opposition coming from older Floridians and residents, specifically of Tampa Bay and North Florida. The findings are part of the annual Sunshine State Survey, which looks into a number of issues, including gun control. People in creepy clown costumes continue to spook unsuspecting people all across the country. And while there haven't been any sightings of these so-called creepy clowns on the Sun Coast, what's turned into a social media phenomenon is causing some concern among our local school districts. The craze started back in August when children reported clowns trying to lure them into the woods in South Carolina. Last week, administrators with 5 Sarasota County schools sent a robocall to parents, reassuring them that there are no verified threats against any school and encourage them to talk to their children about not attempting any of these spoofs. Sarasota resident and retired clown Aaron Watkins says this prank isn't funny.
Clowning is more than being yah-yah, funny, zany clowns, but it's making a connection with a person one-on-one. And that's a very important part of the training here at the Sailor Circus.
Just yesterday in Green Bay, there was a clown threat posted on social media that has been traced to a 13-year-old. It was just a hoax, but police are referring charges to juvenile authorities. Venice city leaders will hold a public hearing tomorrow on what to do about a solar panel that was built in the wrong location. Earlier this year, FPL hired a contractor to install a new solar panel parking canopy at the Venice Community Center. But the contractors built that structure in the wrong part of the parking lot after misreading the plans. The city council is now debating forcing FPL to rebuild it in the correct location at a loss of $160,000 to the contractor. A show of support for a local senior varsity volleyball player and her late father. Annie Shaw was among the seniors playing their final home match at Cardinal Mooney High School tonight. Annie's father passed away 10 years ago this month after spending nearly 20 years with the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. And while he couldn't be there to watch tonight's match, Annie's mother got members from local law enforcement agencies to come out and cheer her on.
It shows how strong our Blue family is, and that even though I lost my husband 10 years ago, they still are supportive of our family and are here to support Annie on her senior night.
Those who came out to support the Shaws this evening wore shirts that said, "His courage is our strength." How amazing. Well, it is the biggest event of the year for the Community AIDS Network, or CAN, a Dancing with the Stars type competition. ABC7's Alex Redmond is taking part in CAN Dance 16. She hit the rehearsal dance floor at Empire Ballroom tonight to prepare for some friendly competition against 5 other local celebrities to help raise funds and awareness for HIV and AIDS in our community. Florida is the #1 state for new HIV cases in the U.S., and teens and seniors are the fastest growing group to contract the virus. CAN Dance 16 is set for Saturday, October 22nd at 6:30 at Michael's on East. For more information and to cast your vote, we kind of want you to vote for Alex. We're a little biased here. You can head over to our website, mysuncoast.com. And we'll have an update on tonight's Bucks-Panthers game, plus playoff baseball. That's next in sports. But first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
Here's the deal on our show tonight. I'm very grateful to you for spending time with us tonight. Do you have any idea of how adorable you are?
That's a definitive yes.
Yes, okay, good.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. We're ready to rodeo with lasso lessons. Plus, Cliff Rolls previews the best parties and Stottlemeyer's in the kitchen.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Thank you. My fellow Americans, as your candidate for president, I will make bling affordable with Spectralite diamonds.
Spectralite diamonds are manufactured in laboratory conditions to equal the finest natural diamonds.
This political message was brought to you by Created Gems and the Bling Party.
Big bling for little change for you.
We are delighted to have Dr. Kaminsky join our team at the Tottoli Cancer Center.
I'm a radiation oncologist. I was at the National Institutes of Health, most recently at the Medical College of Georgia, specialized in central nervous system cancers, prostate cancers, and other types. At the Tottoli Cancer Center, we have a level of technology that is second to none.
He has a great wealth of knowledge and shares the same passion that we have for patient care.
My family and I are happy to be here in Sarasota, and I'm excited to treat our patients here at the Tottoli Cancer Center.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2016 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Complimentary maintenance included. At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Now, sports.
It would be too over the top to say that a loss tonight against the Panthers would be the end of the Bucs season, but at 1-4 going into a bye week is a much deeper hole to have to climb out of than 2-3. The NFC South rivals facing off in Carolina for Monday Night Football. The Bucs without Gerald McCoy, Doug Martin, and Charles Sims, while the Panthers are without reigning MVP Cam Newton and starting running back Jonathan Stewart. So the game is tied at 14 right now. It looks like they are bringing in kicker Roberto Aguayo to attempt the field goal. Again, tied at 14 with 3 seconds left in the game. And to note, he did miss 2 field goals previously in the game tonight, so we'll see what happens in these next few seconds. To baseball now, it's the end of the road for the Red Sox and slugger David Ortiz, who's set to retire. But for the Cleveland Indians, the fun is just beginning. The Indians completed the sweep of the Red Sox tonight, hanging on to a nail-biting Game 3 for a 4-3 victory. They'll now advance to the AL Championship Series to face the Toronto Blue Jays. Both teams have a few days to prepare. Game 1 is on Friday night at 8 o'clock. In the National League, Washington is just a win away from advancing to the championship series. They won big over the Dodgers in Los Angeles. The final score 8-3. The Nationals scored 4 in the 9th inning to pull away. They now have a 2-1 series lead and can eliminate the Dodgers tomorrow. In the National League, the Cubs are looking to sweep the Giants. They have a 3-1 lead in the 5th inning right now. Cubs pitcher Jake Arrieta drove in all 3 of those runs with a homer. Quite amazing. Tiger Woods' comeback to professional play has been pushed back 3 days before he was set to play at the Safeway Open. Woods says he isn't ready to return against PGA Tour competition. Tiger had back surgery 3 times last year. He says his health is good, but he feels his game is still vulnerable. He now plans to play at his Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas, which is in December. And we can just tell you right this second that the kick was good. The Bucs win 17-14. So we'll end on a high note. That's a look at sports. We'll have lotto numbers. Plus, you don't have to wait until Kimmel. You can hear from the living legend Ken Bone from last night's debate right here in just a second.
The all-new mysuncoast.com. Just another way we're here for you.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
Gold fever has once again swept the nation. And everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. Introducing the $5 million Gold Rush Doubler. We're doubling cash prizes for over $752 million in payouts. And 36 prizes from $1 million to $5 million. The Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery, just imagine.
Come experience the precision, performance, and power of the Ram 1500 during Ram Power Days at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Built tough enough to help you conquer whatever the day may throw your way with all the comfort, gizmos, and gadgets you'll find in a luxury vehicle. And right now, get up to 20% off. That's up to $14,000 off a new Ram 1500. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
There was plenty to unpack with last night's presidential debate, but the internet seemed to focus on one thing or one person in particular, and no, it wasn't any of the candidates. This man, Kenneth Bone, he went to the debate, simply an undecided voter wearing a red sweater. But by this morning, he was a social media sensation, thanks to his red cardigan and relaxed demeanor. Ken Bone and Kenneth Bone were among the top trends on Twitter last night with posts like these. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear snazzy red sweaters. Ken was on CNN today to discuss his newfound fame.
I went from last night having 7 Twitter followers, 2 of which were my grandmother because she had to remake her account when she forgot her password, to now I have several hundred.
And now he has a lot more, never mind several hundred. He has more than 50,000. And iZod even tried to cash in on this, promoting the sweater that Ken was wearing, and they did sell out.
Smart move right there, yeah. I did see Ken on the internet. I didn't see him last night, but I saw him on the internet.
He's making the rounds, and he's enjoying it. Hope you have a great evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Hope you have some time to get out there and enjoy this beautiful weather.